Hey everybody, I'm going to wait just a second before I get into what I wanted to talk about today. But I just wanted to just say I hope that you all are having a great week so far. I know on Mondays, usually in the beginning of the month, I talk about just creating goals for yourself, goals that are tangible, something that is time specific, something that you can realistically meet, and not necessarily to drop a few pounds or to do this or that, but goals that actually eating a solid meal plan, or working out so many times a week. So not necessarily things that you can control, because you can't necessarily control the outcome of a lot of the choices that you make, correct? Like if you work out every day, that doesn't mean that you're going to drop 10 pounds, right? So, but you can control working out that many times a week. Hey, ladies that are hopping on. So anyways, we talk about the goals that we have. And we all have different goals in our life, and they are either, to get better in your job, or to advance, or to get healthier. They could be to be a better mom. It could be to be a better wife. It could be whatever, insert whatever goals that you have. So think about some of the goals that you have right now. And if you have them, I would love for you to share them below in the comments. What is a goal that you have in your life? Is it to, let me have a seat. Is it to, like one of my goals, I have several, is to be a better mom. It doesn't have to be health and fitness related. I want to be a better mom to my kids. I want to be more present to them. And many of you all know that I do run, I have a health and fitness business from home. And I have struggled with separating myself from my business because I love what I do. Like, I love it. And I could do it all day long, all night, like on vacation, whatever. But I want to be, I feel like, I want to be more present with them. So when I'm with my kids, I try to put my phone down. So those are things that I can realistically do. So like that is helping me be a better mom in that goal that I have. Another goal that I have is just to finish my PIO program. It doesn't mean that I need to lose an X amount of weight. No, it's not about that. It's becoming healthier and stronger. So my goals are to do my workouts daily and to follow the meal plan that I have. So it's not necessarily, because if I follow the program, that doesn't mean I'm going to lose an X amount of weight, or I'm going to be able to do X amount of stuff. So my goals are more so to make me feel better, be a better person, be a healthier person. So I want you to think about what your goals are, and I would love for you to comment below what is one goal that you have for this month. And I want it to be for you. It can affect other people, but I want it to be something that you truly want, not what someone else wants out of you, okay? And that can be hard. But I wanted to talk about something about what's hindering you. So in my devotion, it was, I think, Hebrews 12:1, and it talks about basically running away from things that are hindering from your walk with God. And I feel like you can apply that to your walk with God, and you can also apply that in your life. I think it's one thing to acknowledge things that are in your way and that are hindering you or becoming the obstacle for you to reach your goals. But it's another thing to actually run from it and completely disown that. I think that there's no one that can say that we're in this little tunnel and that we are walking straight without all of these things just pulling at us every which way. I think that we all have things that are going to distract us from whatever we're doing. Things that may not necessarily be bad, but there are things that are distracting us from the things that we're working toward, right? Whether that could be saying yes to too many things. Are you leaving? Just a second.
Bye.
Bye, love you. Be safe. It could be things that are great. It could be volunteering. It could be whatever, insert whatever the things that are going in your life. I think that a lot of times we can put too much good on our plate, and so those can be obstacles. So anyway, I want you to think about some things that are hindering you, or those obstacles that are basically making it harder for you to reach your goals. It could be binge eating. It could be going to birthday parties or social events. It could be having candy in your house, like if it's, a health goal. It could be, having your cell phone, next to you at bed at night because you're trying to get more sleep. And so you're sitting there on your phone and you end up staying up too late because you're watching cat videos on YouTube, or you're like scrolling through Facebook or Instagram. If you need to remove your phone from the side of your bed and put it in a different room, then that's something you need to do. So it's one thing to acknowledge, hey Tammy, it's one thing to acknowledge what is basically that stumbling block for you, okay? I think a lot of us can make down a list of things that, oh, okay, yeah, like that in my life, that makes it hard for me. Okay, yeah, that's another thing that, that gets me, that makes me fall off the wagon, But it's another thing to say, all right, like I've identified that and I'm going to let it go. I'm going to release it. I'm going to run from it. I'm going to do whatever I can to abstain from that. And I think that's very hard. And I think that's where strength comes in. And so, for instance, like if you are struggling with the bed being, or your phone being by your bed at night because you're trying to get more sleep, because that's one of my struggles is I need to get more sleep. I try, my goals every week usually is fitness, nutrition, and sleep. And I struggle with the sleep because I've got my darn phone there and I'm getting messages and I want to reply to them right away, or I want to scroll through Facebook and just see people's kids and like see what's going on in people's lives. So those aren't bad things, but the thing is they have become a hindrance to me. And so you get to a point where you have to remove that phone, or you have to remove yourself from certain situations, or remove yourself from certain relationships, or remove yourself from just certain areas so that you can be successful. Like if you're at work and in the office, there's a bunch of donuts, and there are donuts in there, and that's where people are socializing, and if you know that you go in there, you're going to eat a donut. Okay, just don't go in there. Like, just don't. Just bypass it altogether. So I want you to think about what goals you have for this week, and then what things are hindering you from reaching those goals. What are things that get you? Okay, could it be the ice cream that's sitting in your freezer, and that at night you have that sweet tooth? Get the freaking ice cream out of your freezer. Don't make your kids as the excuse of why you have it. Okay, your kids should be your reason, not your excuse. To be healthier. And obviously a lot of the goals that I have in my life, because I want to be healthier, and now that's like my job. That's my business. So therefore it's a huge part of what I am and who I am. But it also applies to your walk with God. It also applies to relationships that you have. If you need to work on a relationship with your spouse, and you know that at nighttime you need to have that 10 or 15 minutes just talking in bed to reconnect, or to connect for that day, and you're both sitting there on your cell phones, get rid of the cell phones at night, guys. Like, I feel like a lot of times cell phones are wonderful. Trust me, I understand. I have built my business, a thriving business, through social media. Hey, Amanda. Through social media. Cell phones and technology is great, but they can be such a hindrance. Remove the cell phones from the room, guys. Put it across the room, because we need to acknowledge the things that are hindering whatever we are working on, or we know that we need to be working on, and then run from them, okay? We need to be strong. That's where you're strong, and you create those guardrails for yourself for safety. What are guardrails for? They're to help you from completely, like if you're driving, from going over the ledge, from, going over into the ditch or whatever, right? Like the big, what are those called? The big valleys or whatever. So like if you hit them, they're there to kind of bump you back in. So you got to set guardrails for yourself so you're not going completely off the ledge, all right? We're going to have things that, we're going to make mistakes, and we're not going to be perfect, right? But we need to make sure that we set ourselves up for success, all right? We're not setting ourselves up for success. And it's so funny because my husband actually was getting on me the other day because just like I want to be a better mom or whatever, or I want to be better in my business. I was trying to work my business with my toddler running around, my three-nager. All right, she's 3, she's getting in everything. And I was getting frustrated. And Nick was like, Robin, you're not setting yourself up for success. He was like, you're trying to be a health and fitness coach, and you're trying to be a mom at the same time. Basically, I'm not going to be able to do either of them quite honestly to my potential if I'm trying to do both at the same time. So he was like, go downstairs to this amazing office I've created for you, which is absolutely phenomenal. I need to give you all a tour of it sometime. And do your thing down there. You know, I will take care of the house. And then when you're done, come up, be a mom and be the best mom that you can be. And I'm just like, oh, I know this. Like, why don't I do this for myself? Like, I can acknowledge it, but actually implementing those things that will set myself up for success is so hard. And so I know that there are other people who are in the same exact predicament. So whether it's relationships with your spouse or relationships with your kids, because let's face it, I have 6 kids. It's hard to build relationships with each one. And I want to make sure that each one knows that they are uniquely special. And I love each and every single one for them for who they are. And that I don't love one more than another. And so I need to make time for each and every single one without being distracted by all the things that are on my mom to-do list or all the things to do that are on my, you know, my business list. So I just want to just come on here today and just say, acknowledge the things that are hindering you and run from them. All right. It's so easy for us to be like, yeah, I know my cell phone's there. I know I'm on it too late at night. Or I know I spend too much time scrolling on Facebook. And then you feel like you have this long to-do list that never gets done. Guys, be more like aware of what you're doing and actually like step up and woman up or man up about it and be like, all right, like I know that this is what I'm struggling with and I got to do something about it. Like, you know, and it's kind of like, okay, you watch my videos and you say you're inspired because I get messages all the time. Oh, you're so inspiring. You're so motivating, blah, 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 blah. That's awesome. But what are you going to do about it? You know, like, am I just sitting here wasting and blowing smoke and hot air for nothing? No, I'm getting on here to hopefully inspire you to do something to either better your relationships, better your health, better your life, okay? So I want you to do something about this, guys. So if you feel like this speaks to you in any way, do something. Don't just watch this video and be like, oh yeah, no, I need to work on that. Oh yeah. No, implement, okay? You can sit here and read books all day long on, I don't know, I'm looking at my kitchen. So you can read books and watch videos on YouTube all day long on how to repair your fridge. But guess what? Will it ever get repaired unless you actually take action and do something about it? No, it's gonna stay broken. So that's a crazy analogy, but my fridge is right there. So that's what I'm thinking about. So I want you to post below, what are some goals that you're working on? And then I want you to write down, what are some things that are hindering you and what you're going to do about it, all right? I want to know because guess what? It may be something I struggle with and I may be able to help you and give you tips about it, okay? So anyways, I hope you have a fabulous Tuesday. I've still got to do my workout. I'm about to do that because the babe is down for a nap. And I spent most of my morning watching Barney. Woohoo! So anyway, that can be a hindrance for me as my kids. I can use them as my excuse for not getting my workout in or for eating eating like a kid, but they're not my excuse. They are my reason, and I have to remind myself that. So they are my reason, not my excuse, and I want to be the healthiest version of myself for them, for me, for my spouse. So, and anyway, I'm going to hop off here before I start rambling again. You know how I get. And I hope that you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I am excited about some things that are going on this month in our challenge group. So I'm going to hop off here, check in there, and I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Bye.